All right, guys, welcome back to Kamish Reviews. Love is Blind. We have the episodes 8 and 9 before the big I do, I don't, I hate you. Get away from me. Whatever is coming up next. Okay, we already know the demise of JP and Taylor relationship is back in Mexico, Dunzo. Okay, so we have Izzy, Stacy, and Milton and Lydia. Because of course we don't know what happened with Uche and Aaliyah. That hotmess.com. I mean, just a couple of just jumping ship. Well, I had already got with you guys and told you about what happened. So they get back in town and things like I told you about the living life is living situation was kind of crazy with scheduling and things of that nature. Stacey with the cups, Lydia or Milton's schedule, it was whatever, right? Then we get to the whole party where they meet up with people that was in the pod, like Uche, Johnny, and Chris, and it's a complete hotmess.com. First of all, I want to get into the fight before we get into the Uche meltdown. Okay, so the fights in the beginning. Wait, hold on. All right, guys. So the picture I have here is I want to talk about this moment in particular. Miriam was sitting there and quietly, I was trying to understand what was going on, but she straight read him down. He was like, I don't know where you work in Saudi Arabia or whatever. She was like, I work here. I got John Hopkins. She was just, going in. I don't know what in the world happened. She called him out. She said, I'm not Lydia. She said, I'm not Aaliyah. I'm not gonna sit here and take your shit because he was coming to her very foul and being disrespectful. Okay. Chris believed Johnny. No matter what she said, he believed her. I just wanted to say that part. Um, Johnny and Stacy. Stacy feels like that Johnny is fake and she manipulates and she thinks that everybody knows about it. Chris is not believing any of it. It's just her opinion. Uche and Lydia, it was pretty bad, their argument as well. They went back and forth. It was a big blow up. But I really want to get into Uche talking to Milton, trying to convince him and say, you shouldn't marry her because, especially she ruined my chance of happiness. She ruined my relationship. I'm like, what? I'm so confused by that. He was so rude when Aaliyah was there. He's very arrogant, in my opinion. The way he talks to all the women is very piss poor. Okay. Um, Uche was trying to stop Lydia and Milton, in my opinion, but Milton just was like, okay, that's not how I feel. So one thing I wanted to go back to is he kept on telling Chris that Johnny told him that he loved her many times. I'm like, I don't get the purpose of this. If you guys have moved on to somebody else, why is it so important to make the other person that does love them know information? Now, Chris was kind of tripping the fact that Izzy told that she told Izzy that she loved him. Stacy didn't understand why Izzy cared about Chris in their relationship. It's really a good question. She was like, "Well, Chris don't care about you." I have to admit, she was asking a question that I was like, "Why? Why is this important?" Then they got into their own relationship. She's like, "I want you to cook me dinner." He got really upset, started crying because she was telling things that he She was telling him things that she wanted out of their relationship. He couldn't really handle it. He went to the closet and started crying. And she tried to talk to him to comfort him or say, "Hey, what's going on?" He said, "Get away from me." In a relationship, how can I know what's wrong with you or anything if I try to talk to you about it and you clam up, close the door, and all these things? I can't be there for you and know what's going on if you do that. So he did take her on this B-52 bomber because he thought about what the family said about all that you flying on jets and planes and all this stuff. I would say myself that why you just get on the jet or plane, like that type of stuff. I think it may try to be different. I don't know. She said it would be weird if if his family would not be there. Um, he said he didn't want negative people from his family. He seems really closed off about a lot of different things in his life, which is also not a good thing because they're about to get married. All of a sudden, I see Izzy them like in the apartment, they're packing up stuff. It's really quiet. I'm like, what's going on? So Izzy, alleged bad credit is coming back. Like he did not talk about his financial stuff and like we're gonna come and resume with this conversation after the reunion. I repeat, we're gonna resume this conversation after